This is CBS2 News Update. I'm Chris Wragge. Good morning to you. We begin with a commuter alert. So far, so good on the 495 near the Lincoln Tunnel, where construction was expected to cause major delays this morning. One lane in each direction will remain closed for 2.5 years. But because of the end of the summer vacation, some of the easy traffic flow could be credited to fewer commuters on the road today. Crews are making extensive repairs to the aging bridge, fixing things like holes in the steel and a missing rail guard.
It's a nightmare. And what normally used to take me like 10 minutes to get home, it's like 20.
We are making this bridge safer, stronger, and a more reliable way to commute.
Officials say the $90 million project will extend the life of the bridge by about 75 years. Commuters are urged to use alternate crossings or switch to public transportation. One person is dead after he was stabbed in Midtown. Officers were called to 9th Avenue and West 46th Street. Just before 3 this morning, they spotted the man lying on the sidewalk with trauma to his face and a stab wound to his chest. Investigators say he was unconscious and unresponsive. The man was in his mid-30s and rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police are still searching for a suspect. A Long Island firefighter accused of intentionally starting several fires will be arraigned today. 20-year-old Christopher Cordiero is facing arson and criminal possession of a weapon charges. Nassau County Police say the Bethpage firefighter has set at least 5 fires since March. The most recent happened just yesterday in a shed on North Herman Avenue. Police have not commented on a motive for those fires. A man trying to rescue his fallen cell phone from Patterson's historic Great Falls on Saturday ended up being a man needed to be rescued himself. Video shows first responders using a pulley system to lift the man over a concrete ledge. As water rushed beneath him, police say he fell from the footbridge of the falls when trying to get his phone back. He was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital with just minor injuries. A New Jersey community is coming together to support a police officer who lost his home in a fire that killed one of his dogs and injured his canine partner. CBS 2's Dave Carlin has this report from Beachwood.
By the time flames shot out of this home on Beachwood Ship Avenue, occupants were safely outside except for these 2 dogs, Lola here on the left and on the right, Keto, who is a canine officer. The dog's owner, Pine Beach police officer Russell Okinski, was at work when he answered the scariest dispatch call of his life.
But they told me that my house was on fire, so I rushed over, and they had to hold me back a little bit. The fire was so strong, and you couldn't really see anything, and the smoke was so strong. If I would have went in, I probably would have collapsed, and I wouldn't have made it.
He says investigators told him the fire's cause is likely electrical, starting in a bedroom where his young nephew sleeps. Also in the house were the officer's fiancé, siblings, more nephews, and his mother, Anna, who luckily was awake at 1 a.m. on Saturday and ordered everyone out. The officer's dogs were hard for firefighters to find. Lola was finally pulled out from under a bed. Gravely injured, she died soon after. Keto was freed from a cage and seemed to be in bad shape, but then rallied in the animal hospital.
He'll make a full recovery, and he'll be able to do everything he was trained to do.
The family lost almost every belonging. News of the misfortune spread on social media, and people showed up here at the First Aid Building on Beachwood Drive with food, clothes, gift cards, and cash. This house is uninhabitable, and it's a priority for the family to stay all together while it's fixed. Sunday afternoon, they found out about a generous donation that makes that possible.
She's moving, she has a vacant house, and she wanted us to give her address to Russ and his family that they're welcome to stay in her house while they rebuild.
That's the chief of the Beachwood Volunteer Fire Department, Roger Hull, who says the residents of this close-knit town never fail to go the extra mile for those in need. Family members express their gratitude through lots of tears.
Even strangers have reached out and helped us, and we really do appreciate it.
A fire won't keep them down or stop new generations of good Samaritans for this community, including this furry one, Officer Keto. In Beachwood, Ocean County, New Jersey, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Well, some Nassau County beaches that were shut down when syringes washed up this weekend have now reopened. The beaches were closed Saturday after more than 3 dozen used needles and syringes were found in the sand. Crews raked the sand at South Shore beaches, including East Atlantic Beach and Nickerson Beach. Though the beaches are open, the cleaning will continue throughout the week. It's still unclear where the needles and the syringes came from. Let's get over to John right now. Not your best beach day right now, but it's going to get a little bit better this week, right?
You know, and then following back on that story, I mean, the rip currents have been moderate to high, so that could play into that. And that, if you are going to the beach today, watch out for those flags. They're going to post some flags today. So the tug of the sea is waiting for thee. We've got some gray skies again. Chris said it. It's not exactly beach blanket bingo weather. Cloudy and 69. Man, 69. It was 68 for about 6 hours this morning. It's raw. We're really struggling to turn things around. Yesterday, we only hit 72. Felt like September 25th yesterday. If we get a little bit of sun, we'll be a little warmer today, and then that trend continues. But we are seeing, some storms just missing us to the south. It's a ridge, so it's an area of high pressure. Rotation around that high brings in the flow out of the east, so it's definitely a gray, more gray than bright day today with these isolated showers. Showers, though, we're not talking about heavy rain. That would be later tomorrow and tomorrow night. With an approaching front, you could see an isolated thunderstorm with some brief heavy rain and gusty winds. That will linger through midday on Wednesday at least, and then we see some brighter skies and definitely better beach weather Thursday, Friday into the weekend. Chris?
John, thanks so much. A soggy summer has put a damper on sales and tourism in our area. The recent rain has meant less people on the beach and fewer customers for businesses along the water. CBS2's Clark Foraker has this report from Long Beach.
No matter steamy hot or rainy cold, Mark Durkach's Neapolitan pizza food truck can't keep up with the weather.
I hope to sell 50 pies today. I hope. I mean, that's just going to break us even for the day.
What should you be selling?
150 pies.
His truck's parked against planted palms and clean picnic tables next to the boardwalk in Long Beach. The ambiance and even offering free delivery via Uber Eats is no match for Mother Nature.
We can't control the weather. Everybody thinks when we have a busy day, everyone's like, wow, these guys are doing great. Well, yeah, 1 or 2 days a week we do great, but it doesn't cover the bills.
Many of the businesses here at the beach work with a reduced staff if they even open at all. They say they'll keep working here at the beach until September, but acknowledge after Labor Day they expect business to slow even more.
I haven't been in the beach in 3 weeks. Every time I want to go, it rains. And we were just going to get waffles and ice cream, and they're closed.
In between heat and rain, exercisers tried to enjoy the outdoors on the boardwalk.
It has been tough, a little too hot, not that cool, but today at least it's not raining.
Riptide's bar has seen sales stumble, so has waffle truck Cultured LB.
Sometimes we have to shut down for an hour or two because it's downpour raining. It's constantly unpredictable, which makes business incredibly hard.
If it's too hot, people don't come out. If it rains, the boardwalk goes bare. Shops and restaurants here say that's the tricky business of summer. In Long Beach, Clark Foraker, CBS 2 News.
Well, Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams tested out a new pedal-assisted city bike ride with a ride across the Brooklyn Bridge earlier this morning. Now, the electric bicycles are joining Citi Bike's existing fleet and will allow for riders to go longer distances. The pedal-assisted bikes will come in handy during the L train shutdown beginning in April. There will be no service for 15 months between Bedford Avenue and 8th Avenue. A revamped schedule is now in effect for Staten Island's express bus network. The MTA Overhaul includes more direct routes, less frequent stopping, and expanded off-peak and weekend service to Manhattan. The MTA says the average routes will now be 23% shorter. Nearly 36,000 passengers use the Staten Island Express network each and every day. And what could be sweeter than puppies, chocolate, and ice cream? A restaurant treat in Taiwan combines all three. I know what you're thinking. These Instagram-ready Shar-Pei puppies may look real, but they're actually made of chocolate and ice cream. The restaurant started serving the sweet treat last month, and they're struggling to keep up with demand, believe it or not. The puppies are made in special molds using a recipe that creates a fuzzy-looking frost that resembles fur. One ice cream puppy reportedly takes about 5 hours to make. The eatery makes about 100 of them a day. That is horrific. That's your CBS 2 News Update. I'm Chris Wragge. Thanks so much. Please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Chris Wragge. We'll see you at noon.